We actually met in a skiff of all things, but that was interesting. But the people that we're meeting with go directly from our meetings to the Oval Office. So that's the level that we're meeting at. We were at it for several hours, going through all of the ways in which the United States government could support Alberta independence when the timing was right. They are very enthusiastic about Alberta becoming an independent country. I mean, the one thing that we all fervently believe and have in common is that the government in Ottawa and the landlocking of Alberta's resources is being done by Ottawa at the behest of the Communist Chinese. And the Americans, see it within their national interest, both under the Monroe Doctrine that's been around forever and their new national security strategy to support Alberta independence and freeing the third largest oil field in the world from control by the Communist Chinese. I mean, one of the things that we were talking about is that the reason that the Chinese want to keep Alberta oil and gas landlocked is because they don't want Japan and South Korea to have a steady and stable supply of oil and gas coming out of the third largest oil field in the world, right? In terms of why it is that the United States is so supportive of a free and independent Alberta. So we were excited about that. We talked about a West Coast pipeline being one of the things that Alberta would like to see immediately upon independence. And that would be a pipeline going from Alberta through Idaho or Montana, Idaho, and either Washington or Oregon to the West Coast to supply that Asian market. And the Americans are very supportive of that. So we were talking to the U.S. government about support for our pensioners and converting Alberta pensions at par from Canadian dollars to U.S. dollars, things like that. We're also talking about doing a feasibility study, which we're going to get working on right away, to establish a $500 billion line of credit for the country of Alberta, so that immediately upon a successful referendum result, Alberta could trigger a $500 billion line of credit so that when we negotiate with Ottawa, we'll be negotiating from a position of strength and not from weakness. So we want to be able to sidestep, what we see the inevitable response from Ottawa will be to Alberta becoming an independent country, which is to try to screw with us as much as they can on the fiscal and monetary side. So, I mean, if we're backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. Treasury, collateralized with the Alberta oil field, oil and gas resources, we've got no reason not to be able to succeed in our negotiations with Ottawa and successfully removing Alberta from Canada and becoming an independent country.